Hi everyone, welcome to Colouring with Kate. Thank you for joining me today. So I hope you are all doing well and enjoying your colouring. I hope you've got more spare time than I do at the moment, because it's really tough at the moment. I'm just so busy. It's just I feel like I've not been this busy for ages. But anyway, I thought I would try and film some sort of colouring video here, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so I started a page. I have a buddy colour with, let me get this right, because like I said, when my mind is full of other stuff, don't want to make mistakes. So yeah, I've got a sort of a three-way buddy colour. So myself, and initially it was with Amanda Colours. She suggested a page and it was this B page, so we were doing this I was doing this B page with Amanda Colours, and then Anne from Pretty Pages 71 was also doing this page and asked if she could join us, and I said yes, why not. The more the merrier. So in this book I am doing this one, so it was this one that we decided to do, and you can see I've done the majority of it, and you can see that my honeycombs are not your standard honeycomb colours. I decided to change it up a little because I just wanted to do something a little bit different. So it looks a bit odd, I know, but basically I had done honeycomb colouring before, and I used, I'll show you the picture of it. So here, so this honeycomb here, I have a video some time ago, I think. So this was in 2021, May 2021, and I did these honeycombs on video to show how I did them, and I basically used Helen Elliston's Colourists Special Effects 3. I think I used this to go over, and sort of I used this tutorial to try to see how I could, you know, do the honeycombs, and that's what I did. So I didn't really want to do the same thing. So what I thought is, why don't I use, because we are now in autumn and approaching winter, I wanted to use another colour scheme. So I wanted to use bluey purple colours, and so I tried out some of the bluey purple shades and did this. Basically did a little practice one here. I quite liked it, so I thought why not, and I went with it, as you can see, just because it's quite cold, and that's what I thought I'd do. That was my idea. I don't know what you think of it, whether it's just a bit too out there, but I thought why not, just something a little bit different. And when I do get a second copy of this, because I'm sure I will, because I love the pages in here and the pictures, then I can do a standard, you know, with the expected colours of a honeycomb. So what I thought I'd do is sort of demonstrate some colouring. So number one, the first thing I think I'll show you is how I did these honeycombs. I will link the pencil colours in the I will write or type up the colours I use in the description, and yeah, so I did use Prismacolor, so I'm going to go over how I colour some of these. So I've left a few blank, as you can see. I mean, obviously I've used metallic paint as well, which you can see. So let's do this one here. That should get you in even more. That should be good enough, shouldn't it, really? Okay, so I'm starting off with Sky Blue Light, which is PC 1086. And so what I'm doing is I'm going to colour all of it, except leave a little bit of a white highlight area, say around there. Just a little bit of white in one area. It's a bit difficult to see because of course it's quite a light colour, this. And where you leave your highlight can vary. So if I do another one at the same time, let's see, should we do this one? I'm going to leave my highlight near here at the top, so around that area there. like a little oval or a circle. So just pretty much using my sky blue light. And I sort of picked these colours myself. I just thought I'll pick colours sort of around those main colours, blue and purple. Sort of try to replicate the shades but in another colour scheme. So there we go, sky blue light. And then next I have blue slate, which is 1024. So now I am going to pretty much cover the majority of where I put the sky blue light on. I'm still going to have a bit of the sky blue light showing. So just covering it. Same thing here, I've got the little white highlight there, so I'm going to leave a little bit of the original pencil sky blue light in there and then just put this darker shade around. Now Anne from Pretty Pages 71 has shown how she does her honeycombs, and she did a brilliant job. Absolutely beautiful job of colouring them her way. So I would highly recommend popping over to her channel and having a look at that. They were in the traditional colours that you would expect for honeycomb. So there we go. So that is the blue slate, and now you can see how tiny it is. It's ridiculous. So this is the Parma violet, I think, 1008. So I'm just going to pop that in a pencil extender because it's a bit easier to use. So with this, what I'm going to do is, can you see here how I've got like lines coming, like it's more like having little strands coming here and there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over, working my way from the edge inwards and then leaving some of the blue available there, and also rounding my edges here on the corners of the hexagons. So leaving a little bit of blue here, make it look a little bit, I don't know how to describe it, a little bit webby. Not that there's such a word, but you know, a bit web-like, you know, with strands and stuff. So there we go there. Just going to sharpen my pencil a little bit and sort of do the same thing here. So we'll so this is basically you know, how the steps are described in the Colourists special effects book. So I've done mine based on that. So yeah, I used mainly blues, purples, and yeah, like deep pink on this page. Those were the main colours, but purple and blue. So I did try to limit the palette. Right, so that's the Parma violet. Next I have black cherry. hope these are in the right order, because I know that I did mess about with them a little bit, so let me just check. Black cherry first, yeah, definitely. Okay, so black cherry. So now I'm going to just add in this to some parts, particularly going over, you know, the strandy areas, the areas where there's strands coming here like that, just to, and on the edges. So on the edges, but I'm not going over the whole area, I'm just going mainly the edges, and then these strandy areas, these strands. So edges here, not in every place, on the strands and the edge. So that's the black cherry. Now the background, I'll sort of talk about that. I mean, all it is, in fact I'll talk about that now. It's a very, very pale, I think it's called chiffon pink from Deco Art. Very, very pale pink acrylic paint I used, and then on top, this bit here that you can see, this bit here sort of is chalk pastel on top. I actually quite like using that, because it gives a really nice effect. So I might actually do that for other pages. So now I've got black grape. Again, I'm going to put some in here at the base and at the edges, especially where the strands are, and darken those up. So just here, and then on the edges of the hexagons. Don't want to cover up all the original areas, you know, where I put pencil down. And then my next one is PC132 Dioxane purple hue. Now this I'm only putting at the base, just where the strands sort of lead out from, and a little bit on the edge. A little bit on the edge just to darken it up. It did take ages to do this. And then just to warm it up a little bit, Tuscan Red PC937, and this is going to go in here, just adding a little bit just to make it a little bit reddy, sort of give it a little bit of a warm colour there. Just nice contrast, I believe. Now once I've done that, I take my blue slate again, and I'm going to pop that in here just to sort of burnish it a little bit together, like that. Again, don't go over the light areas, the highlighted bit. And then got my black, and now the black is only going to go here at the edge, just really small areas. Put it at the base here, certain parts, and then the white just over the area which is white, and that's it. That's it basically. Right, now, and that's how I did the honeycomb. Now just one little last thing, I did put some highlight with my Arteza 0.6. I go to the darkest area and just add dots and sort of little stars and stuff like that. And that's that done. Okay, so that's pretty much how I did the honeycomb. And then what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll start looking at some other parts that I can show you. Okay, so I am going to finish off these remaining honeycombs in my own time, but I just wanted to show you that basically this is all I used. Well, actually, let me show you what I used for the background. So for the background, I used this Deco Art Americana acrylic paint, pink chiffon, and it is a really, really pale pink. You can see it right here at the centre. And then on top of it, I used some of this chalk pastel just to add in, and I might darken it up a little bit actually, just so that while I'm on camera here. And I think it's quite nice to have that effect. It gives it a little bit of a shading effect. So let's have a look. So because there's acrylic paint on the page, it gives the paper more tooth as well. If you can hear it, it's much more rougher sounding. Because I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if you found with this UK edition of the book, it is very, very smooth, the paper. The paper is immensely smooth, and when I've been colouring with pencil, a lot of pencil dust seems to come off. Don't often find that with her other books, but yeah, I don't mind it, you know. Still enjoy the colouring, but I have noticed that with this book. So what I do is all I did was what I'm doing now on what I'm showing you, just using my little crocodile clip and cotton wool ball to add details. So that was my background really, and I did add some pink as well around the edge of the honeycombs. I've used a variety of pencils here. I think I've used Holbein's, Arteza, what else? And I decided to use pastel pencils as well. I think they were the Brute Fruiners. The Brute Fruiner macarons, something like that. There we go. So I think that looks okay. So then what I did here around is I used my pink chalk pastel. Let's see if I can get that picked up. And then just added a bit of that just to make it a little bit darker near the honeycomb parts. Bring you in a little bit so you can see a bit better. Like that. Basically, since my completed pages, I've been on with this page and then another page as well, another really detailed page in the new Ursula Schwab book. I think it's called Tiny World. I don't know if I'll finish that because that is super detailed, really detailed, and it's taken me forever, and I haven't even finished one page yet in any of my books for November. I don't know why. Well, I don't know why. It's because I'm ultra busy at the moment, so I haven't had much time to colour. But even when I have been colouring, I feel like I'm so slow. I haven't had much done. just have to see how it goes. Right, just blowing off the chalk dust. So this is what we have at the moment. Now this is just like a little sharing of, you know, the mediums and that I use and the process. So I use metallic paints here. I think Honeybee Pigments, yeah, they're mainly Honeybee Pigments actually on this occasion. And what else I used, like I said, pencils were mainly Artesia Expert pencils, the acrylic paint, the decor art that I put for the background, and then chalk pastel on top, which you've just seen me sort of apply again just to darken it up a little bit. Then on here I've used some, basically these ones here that you can see, they're the metallic pencils, the Castle Art metallic pencils. So I do try to use a variety of different things, and I think that helps. I'm just trying to put this chalk stuff away now. Gosh, I never know how to put things back properly again, which is so annoying, but that'll do. Right, so sorry about that. Okay, so yeah, I used, like I said, the pastel pencils, but I used some metallic pencils, which were these Castle Art ones, and I was using bluish colours. Because I was using a limited colour palette, I thought I want to use you know, different sort of mediums that will give me a similar colour but not the same, and you know, so there will be some variation. So now let's colour some of these pots, and what we'll use is purples, I think. So I'm going to go for, I'll pick my colours and then I'll come back. Okay, so the colours for these that I've chosen are Magnetic Mauve, Iris Purple and Amethyst. Now these aren't mega, with the pencils, with metallic pencils, I don't find them mega shiny. They're never going to be as shiny as pens. So I'm going to use my lightest colour first, but there's some beautiful shades of colours and they blend really well, so I'm definitely pleased that I did get them. But if you're looking for a super, like for example, to show you the colours that you get, I know I'm zoomed in, but these are the colours, and they're lovely colours, they're just not very shiny, and I'm fine with that. Because these are not, like, these colours and shades are not similar to colours and shades in other, oh gosh, sorry, I'm colouring off camera, do apologise. They're not similar to the colours I have available in my other sets, so they're a nice addition, something different that I can add to my pages. And I'm always looking for different things, you know, to add a different dimension to my pages. So that's my second darkest colour, and then we will add this one, which is the Amethyst. I think that's the darkest. And just adding that in there. So I just thought I'd show you a little bit of a variety of different things that I colour, you know, not using the same medium, just because I'm always conscious of people getting bored, and I know people say that they don't get bored, but some people don't get bored, which is really nice. But I just like you to have a variety of things to look at, so so that it's just not all same thing. Right, so I'm going to put this one on here as well. So again, I'm going to start my lightest colour. You can see that isn't that a lovely, I think that's quite nice, you know, quite unique looking. It just gives it a different look, and it's complementary to the rest of the colours that I've used on this page, but not the same. So yeah, how are you guys all doing? This is sort of a little bit of sharing colouring on, you know, on camera, and also a little bit of a catch up as well, I guess. What you're colouring at the moment. Like I said, I have had a very slow start to my colouring this November, unfortunately. There's so much that I want to sit down and colour, but just not the time, and when I have sat down to colour, I feel like I get hardly anything done, so it's really a little bit frustrating. But as long as I am enjoying what I'm doing, I think that's good. So we're just adding this amethyst right on the edges, basically like that. Okay, that's that. Just going over the lightest colour again in the centre. So I know the month has only started, so I've still got plenty of time to colour, I think. Just gonna aim to do as much as I can. So what's new? Let me think. Of course, because I haven't had much time to colour, I really haven't had much time to even make videos as well, so my schedule's been a little bit, not its regular schedule, let's just say. So that's rather been a little bit slow. I was definitely pleased with how many completed pages I got done though in October, but I did have a week away from work, although I was doing some other work as well during that week, so I didn't have that much time extra to colour, but still extra as in I didn't have to go to work. And of course the next holidays are in December, Christmas, which I'm quite looking forward to, but there's quite a long way to go yet. Right, so there's that one. I was also recently sent, thanks to, which I'm going to do that a different colour, we'll do this in this colour that we've been using. I was kindly sent the Castle Art gold pencils by Castle Art, so I will be showing them a little bit of a my thoughts video on those, and I will hopefully use them on camera as well to show you what I think. I'm really excited about trying the Castle Art gold pencils out to see what they are like. So hope to colour with those on camera and sort of share my thoughts. They are more of an oil based pencil, so a bit more like polychromos, which I don't mind at all. I do like that. Okay, so that, I think, and I'll just zoom out a little bit, show you, I think they look quite nice. So I'm going to hold the book up so you can see. Just putting my pencils away. There. So looking at the little bottles. They are not all complete, but it doesn't matter because I'm just showing you bits and bobs that I'm doing on here. Right, so the next thing I'm thinking of doing is adding. So when I look at this, it's not complete, which is fine, but yeah, I'm going to show you all the bits and bobs that I'm doing. So you know these circle flower bits, I think to myself I could use, because it's a small area, I could use glitter gel pens for it, or I could use glaze pens. Now I'm going with glaze pens because they are shiny, and I know they won't go through, although this paper's quite good, so I don't think they'd go through anyway. But I'm just picking colours now, what colours to use. So these look purple, not orange, possibly pink. Excuse me, did not mean to sneeze, but it happens. Right, so I've got these two colours as centres, and then I think I've got pink as well. So I think these colours would be quite nice for the centres, because we have got rather like quite a deepy magenta pink there. Let me see, I have got another sort of pink, because that might be a bit bright actually, let me think. This pink is probably better actually, so let's use that. Let's use these. I do really like the glaze pens, they are expensive, but something I do really like. So right, for this one I think I'm going to use this this sort of pinky one colour there. So there we go. Right, you've got to give these glaze pens a bit of time to dry, because they do take about 5 to 10 minutes to dry, just to make sure that the ink is, because it does smudge quite easily. You can see when you put it down that it's quite wet, so you've got to be mega careful. Right, those are them. I might do, let's see, what else should we do? Purple. So I'm going to do purple for this one. I know that lots of colourists on YouTube use the black glaze pen, and that is definitely a gorgeous pen to use. I actually need to buy some more of those. But you can buy these single as singles basically from let's see, from Cult Pens. What else? Let's see, do a red here. So last week I had the worst migraine ever. I went to work, so I went to work, and then I got home from work and I developed this migraine. Well, it was a headache at work, and then it's progressively got worse, and then in the evening when I got home it just went so bad. I was sick twice, actually throwing up, which wasn't good. and then the next day I was off work because I just could not function at all. I was so ill, so ill. I could do nothing that day, and migraines, I mean, they're just so bad. It's so difficult to sleep as well, because it's just, my head just felt like it was going to explode. That's the best way I can describe it, really. But yeah, it was terrible, really. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pink for, I'm just thinking, should I do them all in one colour, just alternate? So yeah, my head was absolutely really hurting. It was in so much pain. And then it takes you several days to recover as well from a migraine. So, you know, it's not like you're okay the next day, because the next day it's still there. The next day it's a little bit less. And the following day it's reduced even more. So it takes several days to get over a spell of migraine. But yeah, I hate them. Okay, so you can see, excuse me, got like a frog in my throat here at the moment. Typical whenever I want to colour, doesn't happen any other time. So there we go. So I'm going to let this dry, the glaze pen, because if I smudge it I'm going to be awfully upset. So yeah, that's what it's looking like now. I'm going to let it dry, then I'm going to come back and we'll see what we can do next. Okay, so this is where I am up to, and you can see that it's almost done, but there's quite a few more details to complete. So for instance, I thought I would, looking at it from now, I've got my lovely glaze pen, you know, for the centre of the flowers, which I'm quite happy with. And I finished these off as well, these honeycombs, so they're done. And then I thought I would use some metallic paint for this stand thing is it beehive? The beehive's on. So I'm going to use this lovely brown here. So that's the fine tech set. So I left a few drops of, I'm just going to actually, do you know, I feel very Mrs. Bean like today. I keep doing things wrong. Then again, that's me most of the time. So anyway, now what I'm going to do, yeah, is I'm just going to add this on. I'm just going to move my book this way, just so that it's easier for me to apply the paint. So this is the Fine Tech palette. I think it's the 24 palette. It was quite expensive from Amazon. I got it a while ago. It's a lovely, absolutely gorgeous colours, gorgeous paints. So I thought the shiny, I always have to have, as you know, I always have to have, if you follow my channel, I always have to have metallic paint on here. Now of course I've already got it on the honeycomb, and I think I've done enough pencil work on here. So I decided to use this paint. So yeah, I leave a few drops of water on the pan and leave it for about, I don't know, 2-3 minutes, and it thickens the paint up very nicely so that it's not patchy, you know, when you apply it, because that's a common problem. I mean, when I first started colouring and I got metallic paints, I found that if I tried to use them straight away, then they would be quite patchy. But then if you leave the water drops on the paint pan for a few minutes, it will dissolve the pigment and thicken it up, so it's easier, you know, better to apply. So we've got these coming down all the way here, so I need to do them as well, because you know what I'm like, I leave bits out unwittingly. There we go. So yeah, I hope this is useful, because I'm just trying to show you, even though I haven't got time to show you like the entire page, which would probably be 10 parts knowing me, at least I'm showing you aspects of my process at least, which is better than nothing. Alright, so that's quite good, I'm quite happy with that. Now what else? Now I did think of adding maybe I've got this sort of, I don't know how to describe this, like a browny copper colour, and then this very bright orange, and then I've got gold as well. So I'm thinking I'm going to use the gold colour actually. Let's use that for this tap thing here. So yeah, I really like this Winsor & Newton paintbrush. I got it a while ago from Jackson's Art. It's a Winsor & Newton synthetic sable round, and it's a size 0. It's really nice. Just try to concentrate with this bit. There we go, and then maybe add a bit more to these sort of, I don't know what they are, but these fixtures. So it was bonfire night yesterday night, and no, not yesterday night, 2 nights ago. So yeah, there's little fireworks. I didn't go out anyway, I don't usually. I was too busy colouring on that occasion, because I had found some rare moment to colour in the evening, and so I did. I thought I shall use my time well. Okay, now let's see what else. I'm just going to let that dry, and then I shall be back. Okay, so sorry about the wobbling desk. So basically now what I've got is, the paint is mainly dry, but I will go over with a black fine liner over the edges, because I don't like the lines how they get sort of covered a little bit, the black lines, by the metallic paint, so I shall do that. Okay, so my next ideas are that, you know these bees, I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm just going to talk to you about it. You know these bees here, they're quite small, and they are also over the honeycomb. Now originally I wanted to do them purple or blue and black, but the thing is, because the background is quite dark and also purple and blue, I don't think the bees are going to stand out, and it'll just look a bit strange, and so I think I'm still going to stick with yellow and black bees. So I'll probably use a gel pen for the yellow, and then a black glaze pen for the black parts, and for the wings I'll probably just use some sort of iridescent or opal pearlescent paint, I think. So they're mainly just white and see-through. Okay, so the bit that I was going to do now is, if you look here, as if it's not blinged up enough, I thought of adding some confetti just on the edges of these honeycombs. Now the honeycombs are getting a little bit lost as well, so I'll tell you what my idea is with that. But I've also got this Arteza, oops, come out. These Arteza, what they're called, they're just the holographic chunky glitter, and I have some sort of blue hexagons and some magenta or pink hexagons in there, which I could also use and add a few little confetti pieces in edges. Now before I do that, I think I'm going to outline these honeycombs in silver gel pen. So let's have a little go at that and see. I won't do the whole thing on camera, but at least I'll start off on camera and then you can sort of see what my plan is. It's just to bring out the honeycomb a bit more. Now I could have used gold, but the reason why I'm not using gold is because gold is quite, I use gold with warm colours and purple and blue are cool colours, so therefore I decided to go with silver. So yeah, gosh, it's so hard for me to keep it straight, you know, when I'm on camera and I still feel a little bit nervous, and so I'm like, I'm just moving my book around. I know it's not ideal, but otherwise I can't sort of keep a straight hand. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go around and outline all my honeycombs with this silver gel pen, and then I will be back. Okay, so this is where we're at, almost done. Now I am going to just show you this last bit because this video is already too long. So I'm going to show you this bit where I'm going to add these glitter jewels. Now just tip a bit of them on here. Well, as you can see, I tipped a lot more than a bit, but just empty some there. So empty a bit more, just get so many of them. So they're basically sort of see-through holographic hexagons. So I have them, and then I have these other ones as well. And I've got blue hexagons as well, I think. Yeah, I've got gold. I've got light gold hexagons, but I'm not going to use them because I don't want that colour really. So I might start with this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this quickie glue pen, and I'm just going to, you can see, I'm going to just add these on the edges of some of these hexagons. Now you can see that the hexagons or the honeycomb sort of comes out a lot more now. I've just noticed that I've missed a bit here. You know, now that I've added the silver outline, so I'm really pleased that I went ahead and added the silver outlines, because I think they've made, you know, a good difference there. Sort of brings out the shape of the hexagons a lot more. So what should we do then? Let's get you in a little bit closer, and then this is just the last bit. So you will see this picture in my completed pages at the end of November. It's pretty much complete now, but it just needs like just some slight bits doing. So I've got a picking tool. Let me show you my picking tool. So this is my picking tool. Looks like this. I got this from Amazon. Someone recommended it, so like years and years ago. So let's put one here. Just put my glue down and then pick up a little hexagon. That one. It's a bit fiddly, but there. So put one there. I don't even know if you can actually see it, but it's there. Right, and then it's just to add a little bit of, I don't know, something extra, because you know me, I'm all about the extra finishing touches and stuff. I actually enjoy that the most, when I add my finishing touches. So there you go, it's just a little bit of fun really. So one over here as well. And look, I'm just picking them from here, basically from the lid. Pick that one like that. Where are you now? Oh, there you are, the blue. There we go. And then maybe one right up here on this intersection. I would have finished this on camera if it hadn't taken so long, but I have trouble uploading my videos. I don't use a computer, I use my iPad to sort of do all my editing and everything. Oh, I've just noticed I've forgotten a silver pen there. There we go. Put the glue back in. And pop this on. And then maybe one up here. Just on this edge. There we go. Now they're not going to stick out a mile, are they? They're just going to be quite, what's the word, subtle. But when I move the page, you will be able to hopefully notice them. Now it's not massively necessary for me to add this, but I just wanted to sort of add a little bit extra. And why not? Why not? It gives me an opportunity to use all my supplies. Yeah, I mean, I can see them. They look rather nice, actually. Oh, wonder whether you can see them. They seem to be glimmering. Right, let's add a few more. Or shall I add some other ones? No, let's not go overboard, Kay. I'm good at doing that. Good at going overboard. I don't know when to stop. I just... I wish this was my job, being creative. It'd be so fun. I'm going to add another one here, I think, somewhere. Let's see. There. This page has been really fun though. Definitely love Joanna's work. It's so good. Maybe one on the edge here. Ooh. Right. That's it. Oh, that's on. That one doesn't want to. That one's been a bit difficult, so let's put glue on again. And let's get another one and then pop that on. Hope for the best. I had two there actually, so there we go, that's done. I think, shall we have a look at it? Right then, just come out a little bit. Okay, so we have, in fact, put my glasses back on because you can see a little bit better. So there you go. I don't know if you can make out the little confettis that I've put in. I might add a few extra ones, but yeah, that's a few of the processes that I go through to complete my page. And like I said, there are a few bits and pieces to finish, like the bees and things, but you will see the completed, fully completed page in my completed pages, or I might even put it onto Instagram after sharing with my buddies first. So there you go, that's it. So I hope you found this video useful. I know it was a little like a whistle top tour, like a quick little go through of things that I add to my pages, but I hope it was useful nevertheless. And until next time, take care, happy colouring, bye. Okay, so I'm back again. not too easy to get rid of me. So yeah, I sat here and finished this page. Even though I've got so many other things to do, I thought, no, I'm going to finish it. And I hope you can see all the lovely, shiny, glittery stuff that is on it. Yeah, it's been quite fun doing this. I'm quite satisfied with how it's come out with as well. I think it's come out quite nicely. So yeah, lots of glittery, shiny stuff on there. I'm glad how I've done the bees as well. I think they stand out enough from the background. And yeah, so that's it. Hope you like it. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye.